All right, so you know the deal. Continuing down this road. Oh, almost lost you there. Continuing down this road to recovery, healing through meditation and other ways. Today we're going to be checking out a float chamber for the first time. I've done a group float over in a bathhouse in Denmark, but I haven't done the isolated float tank experience. So we're about to go check that out. So I'll see you there. It's downtown Tampa, right over there. Beautiful day today. Brain is absolutely fried from all this training for the DoD war games. We're about to take care of that. Made it to the Kodawari Yoga and Wellness Center, where I'll be doing my float today. And just want to say that my brain is pretty fried from doing all this athletics this week, and I'm really feeling the TBI side effects. So I'm gonna try and calm the brain down and get some meditation in. Let's go inside. All right, so I made it in. I'm all checked in. About to hit the shower, make sure I don't leave any residue in here. But let's check out this chamber. Choose to have the lights on and off. The lights switch right here to different settings. And I'm gonna start out with some music pumped in, but you can also turn off the music there if it's annoying. So I'll check in when I'm done and let you know how I'm feeling. Well, just got done and I already took a shower, but I'll update you here in a little bit about my experience. The chamber with the color scheme. I enjoyed this red, and if you have this open, it creates like a little projection. You can see the water. If you disturb it, will create flickers. But those are the different color settings. Here's what it looks like close. So this was my experience once I made it inside the float chamber. And it wasn't what I expected, first off, but there was definitely some pros and some things of note, maybe not necessarily cons. But I guess going into it, I had an expectation, because I've been able to easily fall into meditations and kind of take those to the next level. I thought I was going to be somewhere gone out of this world, and that didn't happen. So got in, started floating. I started with the light on so I could see where I was going. Getting in, closed the chamber door on top, and had music going initially. Right off the bat, turned off the lights, went completely dark, and that was nice. And then so listened to the music just for a little bit, started getting in some breathing. I was listening to Wardruna, some tribal and Nordic music, if you're not familiar with it. They're pretty awesome. They've done the intro music for Vikings and several of their soundtracks and stuff like that. So anyways, I use that in my regular meditation. That helps me get in a calm state. And so that's what I did. Then I turned off the music. So we had complete blackness at this point and no sound. And right off the bat, I noticed that I had a really bad ringing in my ears. And so it may have been different if that hadn't been happening, but that was kind of distracting while I was in there. And then it's in a yoga studio, so you can see with the music off, you can kind of hear people's footsteps going down the hall. That being said, maybe some soundproofing or something could improve that, but the ringing in the ears was also just causing an internal problem. So, but then let's say I stayed in the complete dark state and music turned off for what I would think was probably about 15 minutes. Then and it was nice and relaxing. I will say that it it felt like I was getting clued in to bodies in my area that were really tight. So, sort of like if you've done a yoga session when you're doing these poses and you're like, oh, that area of my body's tight, and it almost felt like certain parts of my body were loosening up, or like muscles were kind of relaxing and giving. And so where I was thought I went in to try and kind of calm my brain down, I felt like I wasn't getting that effect. I was getting more of a muscular relaxation, like total body relaxation, and not necessarily inside my brain, which I probably could have gotten if I could have gotten into a better meditative state. But with the ringing in the ears, that necessarily wasn't happening. So eventually turned the music back on, and had that going. I would say I was probably in complete darkness for about 20 minutes. Turned the music on, still kept it completely dark. It does get quite warm in there, and that's with the lid down. So I would just move around, try different positions, try putting my hands behind my head. I didn't have the inflatable pillow in there with me, which was fine. And then, hands down at the side. I tried like shoulder rotations in there, switching the position. It felt good just to lay in as if you're like laying in a exam chair, one of those like recliner bed things. But so it just felt good. One of the things that really felt good was getting a little bit of rotation. So bending one knee to one side and keeping one leg straight, and then switching sides and kind of rolling from one side to the other, keeping your head neutral and out of the water. That actually felt kind of good. And then towards the end, I turned the lights on and started to see what that was like. And I went through the different lights to see which ones would fit. There's like a blue, a green, a white, like a clear, kind of like a bluish white, and then you can set it where it changes color. So I went through all the colors. I really enjoyed the red one, and I'll show you that here. And the so I kept that on for a while, and it looked really cool on reflecting off the top lid that was over me. And it looks like a solid color, but if you disturb the water with your feet near the light, it kind of gives a cool effect. The water like shimmering up against the thing, so you can play around with that. And so basically at this point I was just experimenting with different things, and then I put it on where it just changes colors at the end. And I would say about the last 10 minutes I was getting actually pretty hot in there. So I took the lid and went ahead and opened it up, because I cracked it just a little bit at one point and felt some cold air coming in. So by the end, I was pretty warm. I wasn't in a deep meditative state, so I just opened it up. And of course, you could hear people leaving a yoga class and everything, but it felt good with that cold air kind of coming over the top of my body. And so I spent the last bit of that. The music playlist changed from Wardruna to something that was not good. So for the last 10 minutes, I turned the music off and just had the lights. With the lid up, it actually does kind of make, and the background lights off, it does kind of make a cool projection on the lid still, and it's a little further away. So that's another effect people can play around with. So overall, I would say the pros are, I feel nice and relaxed muscle-wise. I kind of noticed some areas too. I noticed some areas of tension in my body, or areas of pain that maybe I need to work on some therapy on those areas, or maybe get checked out. And so yeah, that's kind of the pros. The only con I could think about is getting kind of hot. I run a little bit hot, but I was able to mitigate that by opening it up. But if you're trying to get that immersive experience, that may ruin it if you get too hot. So anyways, that's my basic kind of initial reaction to it. We'll see how I sleep tonight, and I'll update you further as I continue down this journey into trying to heal myself and find new ways to add tools to my meditation, relaxation, and healing toolbox. So thanks for joining me, and I'll be updating you soon. Make sure you like and subscribe. And one last pro tip is they use a special kind of shampoo and body wash that you need to use to get your oils off your skin and your hair to get in, and they didn't have a conditioner. So make sure you bring your own for afterwards, and so you can use your own shampoo and conditioner, because my hair feels super dry and brittle right now, and it's, you know, it can be challenging taking care of these luscious locks sometimes. So anyways, make sure you ask them before you show up, and yeah, anyways, hope this video helps, and you enjoy your time floating.